Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. I'd like to talk to you today about new directions, but I thought that while I do that I would take a few photos. I've come to a place called Moseley Bog, which is not all that far from where I live, but it's a place I've never ever been to before, and I've already found my first composition, which is just behind me over here. There's this tree here on this path, and I'm just above the path at the moment. I'm on a bridge, and I think behind me there are some steps where I can get down to that path and get closer to the tree. But from this vantage point there's quite an interesting shot of the tree anyway. Now I don't think there's really a shot of this tree behind me from down here. That's the tree. And the path runs along behind me here, but the shot I've just taken I took from up here, just on this little viewpoint here, and as you come along the path there are these steps then that bring you down towards this path here. I'm going to keep following this path. I could have carried on along that path along the top of there, but now I'm here I may as well carry on along here and see if I come back around this point at any point. But I really wanted to talk to you today about Vero, which is something a lot of photographers have been talking about recently, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a while. But in the meantime I'm going to see if I can find another composition. There are quite a lot of wooden walkways through Moseley Bog, which give you an idea of the direction you can travel in. But also then there are quite a few paths off the walkway that you can take and find yourself in the middle of nowhere really. It's a great little spot. Like I said, I've never been here before, but it's one I'm going to come back to and explore again in the future. In the meantime I'm going to talk to you more now about Vero. It seems that a large number of photographers in recent months have been migrating from using Instagram for their photography to using Vero, and I want to kind of talk about some of the reasons why that is. The big problem with Instagram that a lot of photographers are finding is that it's an algorithm based platform whereby a computer generated script will choose what to share with other people and what to promote, and so it becomes very difficult as a photographer to use Instagram to promote my work. I will continue using it of course, and a lot of photographers are continuing to use it alongside Vero, but what you find is that we tend to want somewhere where we can share our work, have conversations and discussions about what we've done and where we've been to capture the images, and this doesn't happen with Instagram. You often get a situation where Instagram chooses whether to share your work with anybody else or not. Whilst I've got a network of followers on Instagram and I can share my work with those people, often it won't get shared around with anybody else. Now there's a much better and much easier notion of community with Vero, and I think for a lot of photographers that's something that's kind of persuading them to cross over. So there's another great composition here, the tree behind me. There is also another tree just behind that little one there, and in fact that one over there as well. I'm just trying to find a spot where I can get the best possible composition here. I think I've just about found exactly the right spot. I've got my tripod set up just here, about to put the camera onto it, and I'm looking towards that tree there, and hopefully I've got this tree, the smaller one, and the other smaller one just behind, both kind of an equal distance apart from the one in the front. Obviously the main focus is on this one here, and I don't know for sure yet whether I want to do a focus stack where I focus on this tree and each of the other two trees, or whether I would prefer just to focus on the middle tree anyway. thinking about it, it's probably best just the middle tree and have the others falling out of focus, because I'm going to have to open the aperture up quite wide here. It's quite a dark area. It might not look it at the moment on this camera, but it is quite a dark area, so I need to open the aperture up really wide to make the most of the light. That of course means reducing my depth of field, so once I'm focused on this tree, the other two may be out of focus, but I'll give it a go anyway. I don't really know where I'm going to end up walking along here, to be honest with you. I think I may even be back to where I started earlier, which could be quite interesting. Vero, anyway, while we're talking about that, it seems to be a platform which makes it quite a bit easier for photographers to share their work with other photographers and to kind of build their following quite quickly, much easier than it is with Instagram. And I think that's because Vero is not algorithm based. It's supposed to be totally true social, they say, so it's something that I want to look into and see if it's any good for myself. Now with Instagram you don't really get any kind of feedback at all, or any kind of conversation around what you're posting. So for the occasional like, and sometimes, very rarely though, you occasionally get somebody to make a comment on it, but as well as that, Instagram tends to show you a lot of videos and a lot of adverts and a lot of things you don't really want to see within your feed. And I, like a lot of other photographers, want to try and get away from that kind of thing. I want to be able to show other people exactly what I want them to see, not videos, not adverts, not what appears to be a complete waste of time and energy, but instead I would like them to see the work that I'm producing, and the only way to do that really is to find a social network that allows me to do that, and I don't think Instagram does anymore. So that's why I'm thinking of looking into Vero. Now also, Instagram tends to be geared towards TikTok style videos. I'm not interested in TikTok at all. If I was, I'd have it already by now and you'd see my handle and you'd be watching my videos, but I'm not interested in TikTok. I'm also not interested in Reels that much. That's Instagram's way of kind of making you create some sort of gallery of a daily event, a daily routine, something where you do several different things during the course of the day and put them all together like a collage and then show that as a video. I'm really not that interested in doing that either, but Vero doesn't force me to do that, and also Instagram will force me to shoot in a 4x5 or 5x4 format, and I don't like shooting that way either. I like to be able to define exactly how the dimensions of my image are. So if I wanted to create a panorama, it would be much wider than it is tall, or if I was creating a vertical panorama, it would be taller than it is wide, and Instagram won't allow me to post things like that, or it restricts me from posting things like that. It makes it very difficult. Essentially, what Vero seems to be doing is putting the power to create back into the hands of the creators, me and you, the people who want to keep sharing their photography. But also, there's lots of other different things that you can share via Vero, and they include videos, books that you might be reading, music that you're listening to, all kinds of different media, which allows other people to see the things that really inspire you as a creator. And I think that's quite an interesting situation. It does kind of make it feel like a more social space rather than just a space where an algorithm tells you what you have to do and when. One more thing I really should make clear is I'm not sponsored by Vero in any way. They haven't asked me to do this. I'm not being paid to get your attention and make you switch to that particular social media site. You don't have to if you don't want to. I just felt like I wanted to talk about it myself because I think it's something that is going to take my photography to a different audience completely. One of the things that I do really like about Vero for viewers of content is that as you look at an image, you get a thumbnail of my images, and you click on the thumbnail and you actually get to see a full screen shot of the image. So you get to see the image in all its resolution, and you get to be able to enjoy it and explore it as much as you like. I think that's something that's quite interesting for people who are looking at the images. So I hope you enjoy those as well. And maybe, just maybe, we can start growing this channel a little bit more by using Vero rather than Instagram. I hope you're enjoying these images, by the way. I've been snapping away as I'm walking along, and quite a few of the images are handheld because I'm finding that some of the pathways are quite narrow, and often it's difficult to stop and get a tripod out because I'll end up blocking the path for other people. So hopefully you enjoy these images. I don't know how many more I'm going to get now. I'll see if I can get a few more, but I think that's about it for the video. If you've enjoyed today's vlog, then please remember to like and subscribe, and also please remember to send me any comments if you really want to. I'll try and answer all of them, and remember to share this video as well around your social media, because the more you share and the more you interact with this vlog, the more it gets to other people and the more engagement I get from others. So that really does help the channel going forward. Thank you, and I will see you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.